Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Well, hello. What are you doing?
What's happened to Jeeves?
I don't know. I'm on another screen. I'm trying to sort something on the other side.
What do you mean? What happened to me?
You're blurry.
You went fuzzy. You went fuzzy.
You're fuzzy now.
I don't know. It's always like
Is that all that? Is that all that great, power on your computer?
CPU.
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
I'm sorry. I'm just so sarcastic. I can't help it. But you set that up, Jeeves. I had to, take the piss.
It looks like we're watching you through a shower curtain or something.
It is a bit fuzzy. I don't know if you're able to refresh something.
It'll fix itself.
It's very 1996.
We have been so busy blethering backstage that we forgot that we were supposed to go live. So we're a little bit later even than we said prior. So hello everyone, this is JukeBox Jury. How's it going, boys? Have you got any news to share? What's happening?
No, nothing really.
No, mind your own fucking business, Helen. We're not talking about us.
We're sick of talking about ourselves.
Well, we have just been blethering for about 2 hours. So on my end, I've been gearing up for the Fringe show that's coming. It's just over the horizon. I've been making some merch. Well, not making merch per se, designing merch, I should say. We'll go into that a little bit later. I don't want to open up the stream with, buy our stuff, because that's odd and weird. For those of you who are just joining us for the first time and who haven't been on JukeBox Jury before, musicians, not just random people, musicians, send me their new music to be played on the radio. I can't play everything, unfortunately. So we do JukeBox Jury once a month to go through the emails and have a little listen, and we vote on whether those tracks are a hit or a miss. So that is what we're about to do. Without further ado, I shall open my emails. That would be helpful. And we'll see what we can discover. So where we left off before was Rob Stewart from Slave to the Square Wave. And before we go through the emails and do this, I want to just say that I had put out a video earlier today on social media about the conversation around Slave to the Square Wave and the email, and I look like a cantankerous, grumpy so-and-so when I'm reading the email. But if you want to know if the song was a hit or a miss, you'll have to go back and watch the replay. So we'll leave it at that, right?
Yes.
So now I've got a lot of these emails from pluggers, and here's one I haven't seen before. Mike 5, because Stig Wintendorf has sent me a lot of stuff. We've opened that before. Shauna McLaren, and I get a lot of Bloca-Cola's there. We've done Bloca-Cola before, so here's a name that I haven't recognised. Has that jumped over?
Yeah.
Excellent. That helps me a little bit. All right then. Watch Me Walk press release. Brand new single by Gozer. Good Speed cleared for airplay review. Full release date the 15th of March. Okay, I'm a little bit late with the emails. I'm sorry. Download Waiver MP3 Dropbox disc artwork. Okay, so it's a Dropbox job. Let's just open that up. I'm not going to bother reading through all the email because honestly, I feel like it doesn't really necessarily add to anything prior to listening to the track. But if anybody's got any questions about the artist after we've listened to it, I can go back in and check the emails. We'll do it that way, I think, because spending 5 minutes to open and read an email just feels like not a very good use of time.
Yes.
So, has that jumped over? I don't think
Nope.
it has. Right. Thanks for keeping me right, boys. So we'll stop sharing that and we'll start sharing this. I think it's very late here, so I don't see very many people coming in on the chat. I think this might be the quietest our stream has been, actually.
You never know. Somebody will show up.
Okay, let's open this one. All right, so if I don't have to download it, right? I can just play it, can I?
Yep. There you
Yes, I can. Okay, but that hasn't jumped over again. Hang on, I'm sorry. Yes, it has. That's fine.
Yeah, yes, it has.
All right.
It's weird.
Go on.
Oh, it's just weird because when I expand the screen, it's jumbled. That's really weird. I'll just shrink it down. I don't think anyone knows what I'm talking about.
Have I done something, or are you good?
No, I think it's on.
No. It's insane. His hand.
Yeah, when I expand the screen to fill my MacBook, it's like I can't really see what you post, but when I shrink it down again, I can see it. It's really weird. It's on my end.
Okay.
Not your issue.
I mean, you're not missing much as long as you can hear the track.
Talking to myself.
Well, I've been doing that for for long enough. All right then. Let me know if we've got sound, and I'll mute my.
Yeah.
Just what will, I'm not so sure. Everywhere I go, it feels like my evil twin was just there 10 minutes before. Got me looking at the dark. It's got me looking at the dark. Tell me that I'm late to the party. Be great. Watch me walk out off to meet my fate. Here I'm standing on the precipice. A glass of something cool in my like a wilderness where I fit, I don't
Right. Let me just stop sharing that. I'm going to take that down. Who would like to go first on this one?
I can do. Oh, you want to go? Go ahead.
Go on.
Okay.
Stefano, you go first and we'll just do it clockwise.
Sure. Okay, sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
I liked it. It kind of brought me back to like 80s alt rock kind of stuff with that chimey guitar. I remember like when I used to hear that, I wasn't a huge fan when it was happening, but then every time I hear that sound now, it kind of brings me like these warm vibes from that era. And this had a really cool, like I wrote some things down. So I had this 80s alt rock kind of with the chimey guitars. I really like that kind of vibe and that atmosphere. But then it kind of goes into like a cool grungy, crunchy part for the chorus, which kind of draws on the 90s. And it also had a Radiohead feel, which was really cool too, which is an obvious thing in the vocal. I like how confident it sounded, so that was pretty cool too. And it also, so I like the glammy grunge mix. I thought that was kind of cool. You don't really see a polished grunge and then a glam verse, but I like how it elevates and progresses. I'm a big sucker for like a song that starts off kind of important sounding and then it gets bigger and bigger at the end. They kind of, it's what's the word? It's kind of it's self-actualizes, kind of like it kind of knows what it's doing and it's growing and building. It's very self-aware. So I really liked it. It had a really cool vibe. That's where I'm at with it.
Jeeves?
I liked it too myself. Like, yeah, I heard Radiohead and stuff. Yeah, and like I heard a little bit of like garage kind of style a little bit there. I actually like the vocals and stuff, and everything else subtle before the guitar comes in and stuff. It was nice, but when the guitar came in, I felt like, yeah, I'm gonna nitpick on the engineering part of it too. I thought a lot of the stuff was not separated properly, so it was kind of sounded a little more muddy for me, and some parts of it kind of like overbeared the vocals, even though I like the vocals, it was really good. But I felt when the guitar came in and the acoustic or whatever, it's kind of like ate it up. I guess they could have like EQ'd it better and took out some frequencies just to sit some things out and stuff like that. It felt like it was a mishmash and like just too much. And then when the big overall roll came through, the vocals kind of got buried a little bit. I don't know if they did it intentionally or not. And then with the reverb on that guitar was way too much. It was kind of a little bit hard to hear that solo guitar that they were trying to play there, you know? It was kind of like you had to really listen to it to kind of get that. But overall, I thought like the whole song sounded good and everything, the structure wise. I think it could have been mixed a little more better or mastered a little more better. I felt like they just cranked it because you can see it in the audio wave. It's pretty high. So I think when they were mastering it or mixing it, they were pushing it so much. It just sounded a little too distorted for me. And yeah, but overall, I like the vocals. Some parts of it was grounded for me. So yeah, that's me. But I liked it. I liked the song itself. I would take it and, you know, really clean up it.
Remix it.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
The reason, before I start, the reason I had a big cheesy grin on my face when you said Radiohead is because the 19-year-old that's in the bedroom earwigging the conversation messaged me and said, it sounds like Radiohead. So now 19-year-old has been validated because everybody said Radiohead. I actually heard Placebo more than Radiohead.
Yeah, for sure.
I would have picked up on Placebo more than Radiohead, but I just thought it was really funny. That's what I was kind of chuckling to myself because, you know, I'm getting feedback chimed in without you guys even realizing it. Okay, for me, picking up. See, you guys are organized and make notes, and I don't. I'm just trying to remember what I was thinking at the time. To pick up on what James was saying about the mix, the backing vocals were actually really good. But they were buried. You could barely hear them. And I would have liked them to have been separated out a little bit more. You know, it sounded too much like, you're right, it was kind of muddy, just like a layer of just ambient sound underneath, the main lick, rather than actually, distinctly pulling that out. But the vocals were good. The whole thing was good. I enjoyed it as well, actually. Like I say, for me, Placebo was immediately what came to mind when I was listening to it. And that encompasses all those things you're saying, like glam, grungy glam. That kind of sums Placebo up, right? That kind of era. I enjoyed it. I actually liked the guitar. I don't think the guitar was too... Hi, Kendra, over on TikTok. I don't think the guitar was too cranked up or distorted. I actually think the mix was okay. The only thing for me was the backing vocals being buried. But apart from that, I know you're an engineer and you hear things differently. For me, as just a music consumer, it actually sounded okay to me. I had to turn it down though, because, so you're right, it was cranked. I realized it's 2 o'clock in the morning here and I've got neighbors, so I did have to, because obviously I'm listening on Yamaha monitors, so I did turn it down a little bit. You're right that they obviously had just like cranked it up, but that, as for the actual, it being muddy or whatever, I think that the parts were distinct enough you could hear them. Like I say, the backing vocals were maybe lost a little bit, but that's the only negative. I don't have anything negative to say about it. I enjoyed it. Vocals were good. Whoever was playing the guitar was a good guitarist. I enjoyed it for sure. So what do we think? Was it a hit or was it a miss? And I've just realized I don't know where my signs are, so I'm gonna have to use my...
God, no, you get creative over there. He's got the phone. Yeah, let's go.
So for me, it was a hit.
Everybody's creative today.
Everybody's creative. Yeah. So I want to just go back and reread the email and double check the name of the artist. Gozer Goodspeed. Congratulations. It's a hit all round. Thank you for sending your track in. I enjoyed that. It was good.
That was a good point, though, about the vocal. I think if it was a little bit more of a wet vocal instead of a dry vocal, because it seemed to be detached. But that is a very good point. There's something with the master, like something needed to be more baked in.
Yeah, I think they just cranked everything. It sounded so like too much.
For me, it wasn't necessarily everything that was buried, but the backing vocal definitely did sound like it was just. I was straining to hear it, but when I could hear it, it was good.
Yeah.
I don't know if they did their own backing. I don't know if the vocalist did their own backing vocals or if it was a different voice. But normally backing vocals can be a little bit weedy. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then that's why they're mixed down, because it's just like. But no, whoever sang it's a good vocalist. Anyway, we're rambling. We don't need to. We made our decision. It's a hit all round. Let's reopen the emails. I can see that there are people watching and lurking. Please do come in and say hi, and give your comments in the chat. There are people over on Twitch. There are people on Twitter. TikTok comments don't come through, so if you want to actually chat with us, you'll need to come into pretty much anything else, whether that's Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all the things except TikTok and Mixcloud. You'll be able to come in and we can see your chat and you can be part of it. Okay, let's reopen the emails. It's just odd to me that you're sitting there watching, not saying anything, people. It's a little bit strange.
Creepy.
It is a little bit creepy. I know you're not supposed to call out lurkers on Twitch, right? But that's where most people are lurking, and it's like, just come in and say hi. Don't be hard.
It's okay if you're a troll. Just troll us.
Yeah.
We're good.
We don't have trolls, Jeeves. We have music lovers. People who love music. That's what we have. Okay. I need to go back.
Yes.
And see where we're at. Hang on a wee second. How far down I need to go? That was what we just bought. Okay. So see, a lot of these are repetitive. We've got the same people: Shauna McLaren, Stig Wittendorf, Chuck Spadina. We've played these people before.
Yeah, we did last week.
Code 64 management. We've not had that before. Although I think I have played Code 64 on the radio, but I don't think I've read their emails. So let's just check. Yeah, that has jumped over. All right. Hi there. Friday, March 15th. Again, I'm sorry, this is now June, but I've been busy. Code 64 returns with their latest single, The Shape. This track is the first glimpse into their upcoming 6-track EP entitled In Search of Mysteries. The Shape is a laid-back and beautiful track that carries the unmistakable Code 64 touch, promising to be a future classic. Okay, and I need to download it. Love Bandcamp and want to download Code, blah, blah, blah. Best regards, Fred. All right, Fred, let's check out your... Has that jumped over?
Nope.
And it wants me to sign into...
Bandcamp.
Microsoft for some reason. And I don't even know my password to Microsoft.
Why do you need Microsoft? What the heck?
Because apparently that's what the drive is that he sent it to me on.
Oh.
Fred, I don't know my password on I don't know what my password is on Microsoft. I mean, I can try to hazard a guess, but if I can't get logged in first time round, then... Well, what we can maybe do is we can maybe look the track up on Spotify because they gave us the name of the track and it should be released already, right? So maybe I can do that. That's the wrong password. Of course it is, because I don't know what my password is on Microsoft. I did say that. All right then, let's close that down. What did they say it was called? It was called The Shape by Code 64. Let's just quickly look that up. I can't type.
I'm looking at their Facebook page, and apparently they have a new single.
That might be the one I've played, because I just played them a few days ago. That's why I know the name.
In Search of Mysteries?
I can't. Do you know what? I can't. Yeah, it could have been, because that's what the artwork looks like. But you know what? That's not what's in the email. So I'm going to play the one.
The email.
I'm going to play the one that was sent to me in the email, and then I feel like I'm not cheating just by randomly playing something play, right?
Yeah.
So
I think this is the band.
Hang on. No, it is, because I can see it on their thing. So wait a minute. If I stop sharing this, and then I start sharing Spotify.
Yeah.
Oh no, it doesn't let me share Spotify. That's because it's not on Chrome, because it's an app. All right, let's YouTube it then. I'm sorry, people. Organized as ever, as you can see. Code 64. What was it called? The Shape.
The Shape.
All right then. Okay, we have it. It is here. We have an advert. Of course we pause a minute and share this tab. All right, and then you can let me know if we have sound, okay?
Yes.
We tread on echoes, chasing the night.
Whoops, that caught me off guard. I'd gone onto another screen. I wasn't quite ready. Before we go any further, greetings to Definitely Not Zane. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Stick around to give us your opinions on the music. So, Jeeves, do you want to go first this time? Because Stefano went first last time.
I kind of liked it, not really. The synth bass, I love synth bass. Like any song that has synth bass in it, I like it. It's got a character to it. I felt some parts of it like when the first background vocals that came in and it was playing. I felt like it took me back to like the early '90s when like Sega and like Nintendo and stuff. It made me think of like video games, 8-bit video games, music, you know, kind of thing, because they had this little sound that was like, you know, like video games back in the day had. So it brought me to like the '80s, like, you know, games and stuff. Vocals, I thought was alright. I wasn't really big fan. It was alright for me. It was just, man, it kind of like just got me like this. It didn't like bring me up or down or anything. It was just a straight track. You know, just jumping along kind of thing. That's how I felt. Like I was like listening to a video game song or something. But I like the bass, the synth bass. So yeah, that's me.
Okay, Stefano?
Yeah, I love synth bass too. I think I like the percolating synths, like the little, you know, all that stuff. I like Stephen's Godzilla statue. It looks like the light is. It is. I purposely did that, by the way. So, thank you for noticing out there. Yeah, I mean, it didn't. I'm a synth guy. I'm a synth nerd, and obviously, as the instrumental guy from Breathe in My Leaves, that's right up my alley. And I love arpeggiating synth bass and stuff. I think the vocals didn't quite win me over, but then I started going, okay, it's kind of like a bit of a, like you said, Jeeves, like a early '90s, late '80s kind of track. And then I started thinking of bands like Junior Boys with that really detached vocal. And I thought, you know what, it could work as that, but it seemed like the vocal was a little, I think it needs more drama, personally. But then that synth line that kicks in, that happens twice, I think, in the song. I'm a sucker for those. Like, that's my favorite thing. I think that could have been a vocal, or it could have had a vocal accompaniment. But I think that's what saved it for me, is that arpeggiating bass and that synth line. I think the vocal needs a little bit more of a dramatic turn, so it doesn't feel like you're listening to the same circle constantly. But yeah, I'm kind of like you, Jeeves. It's like, I don't want to turn into Simon Cowell of hit or miss, but I don't want to overdo my judgment. But I wouldn't say it was anywhere near a mess, but I also wouldn't say it was an astounding, you know. I think the synth line in the bass really saved it quite a bit. But that's all I can say. I like it. It's fine.
Okay. I was trying to find something in the background that I just can't. I'm having an absolute brain fart. Cannot think of the life of me, the name of the band that they reminded me of. I'm trying so hard to, and I know as soon as I close this off, I'm going to remember exactly who it is. There's a band that are big in Germany. I'm sure they're Irish. And I'm sure they begin with a V, and I just can't think for the life of me the name of the band. Vocally, it sounded very like them. And I had to double check the name of the band because I thought it was one of their tracks, because it sounded like him. And it's going to really bother me because I can't find it and I can't think of who it is. I'm trying to look through my Spotify. I listen to so much stuff. There's no way I'm going to find it. Anyway, I'm rambling, and that's what I was doing in the background. And I was hoping that you guys would talk for longer just to let me, fanny around in the background. For me, it felt okay. For me, it felt a little bit like, I don't know how long the track was, and I've closed off the tab. I should have checked, but it felt longer. I wasn't like sitting thinking, when is this going to end? But I was kind of getting to the point of like, this is quite repetitive. When is it going to end?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it didn't seem to. It seemed a lot of the same sameness. I wish I hadn't closed off that tab. I wish I had checked the length of the track because it felt quite lengthy. It probably wasn't. It was probably an average radio. In fact, I can check it on Spotify, can't I? Because I already looked it up there. I don't really. Do you know what? I don't really have very much to say about it, other than the fact that his vocals sound like someone else, and I'm trying so hard to think who the person's vocals. It's only 3 minutes and 26. If I had to guess at the length of the track, I would have said about 6 minutes long. And it was only 3:26. So for me, that says a lot. That kind of, it was, I don't know, it just felt a little bit too much of the same thing. Maybe I'm not giving. Maybe I need to listen to it again, and maybe I was too distracted by who does this sound like and trying to think of the name of that band. I think I was too.
I am too.
I think I was too distracted with that to actually focus. Do you know who I'm talking about? Do you know the name of the band?
I think so. I'm looking for it. It was like eating away at me too. Like,
and I've played their stuff. They're good. But they're big in Germany. Like they tour a lot over there. And I'm just trying. And I'm thinking VNV Nation.
okay.
It just came to me.
But it also sounds like an early '90s band. Remember that? Who is that band that sounded kind of like Depeche Mode and Erasure mixed? And they were, I think they're from
which one?
There's so many. Yeah.
No, the song, the big hit was "It's All Right." Remember it? It's All Right from like 1993. Oh, and I think
when you say "It's All Right," all I can think of "It's all right, it's all right, all right." That was you too.
No, it's called.
No, it's not.
No, you guys, it's killing me. It was a.
Sing it for us.
I can't. I'm too because I don't remember the exact lyrics.
No, wait a minute. Hang on. You're the music guy. You can hum the tune.
Well, if I can hum it, but let me just. It's hard to explain though. I can't really hum the part. 1 second. I think I almost have it.
Okay.
I'm blaming the time here. It's 2:20 in the morning, and I'm not well, so I'm blaming that.
And your brain's fried?
For my brain fart is happening.
Yeah.
It came to me though, VNV Nation, and I don't. Maybe they are. It does sound like his. It sounds like his voice.
It does. Oh,
very monotone. His voice was very monotone.
Cause and effect. Sorry, it reminds me of Cause and Effect. Do you guys remember Cause and Effect?
No, but I'll tell you what. If I hear the music, I'm not good with names.
You would totally know, I think, for sure. Yeah, but anyways, you remind me of that a bit.
I'm disappointed because I thought you were going to hum us the tune.
Oh, maybe next time.
But you remembered that. You remembered it, so you don't have to. All right.
Listen, you got to remember it and let him tell him later.
I have an oddly really high voice or really low voice. Like I don't have a middle. Like, that's why I don't sing in the band. So.
Right.
Or Jordan has to hear me like hum ideas sometimes.
I now that I'm sitting thinking about it, I feel like I haven't been fair because I know that I was distracted. I know that my mind was going to what is the name of that band, right? So I feel like I haven't actually analysed the track properly. And for that, I apologise, Code 64. And obviously, I like their stuff because I have played them on mixtape even just a few weeks ago. It was a different song. So I feel like I'm doing them a disservice. I'm not going to play it again just now, but I feel like I would need to listen to it again to actually properly analyse it. And I'm gonna add that caveat because I feel like I know that my brain was focusing on what is the name of that band, but he does sound very and actually musically it sounds like them too, but particularly vocally he sounds a lot like the guy from VNV Nation. I don't have a lot to say about it. Like I say, I feel like I didn't really analyze it properly, but it did feel a little bit lengthy. It felt like it went on for a while, and I just think that's because it was very similar all the way through.
Yeah.
And that's my only feedback. So was it a hit or was it a miss?
Sorry guys, but I gotta give you this.
I'm
sorry.
I'm gonna do this just barely because I like the synth bass and the synth line, the main synth lead. So
I am so conflicted
like this is not a resounding, but it's good enough to do this. I think.
I'm only saying this for the song,
Okay.
not the band.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. Oh, you can barely see that, but I'm gonna go Miss, and only because it sounded so like something else. Like I shouldn't have been sitting there thinking, what does this sounds like? Like it should be unique. It should be unique enough that it grabs my attention for what it is, rather than what does this sound like. So that's and it did feel like it went on a little bit long, but like I say, I'm adding the caveat, and I will go back and listen to it again, because I always read all my emails. I know it looks like I don't read them. Yeah, I might not read them for months, but I do read and listen to everything. That's why it takes me so long.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a miss just now, just because my initial reaction is it didn't grab me enough to, to warrant a hit. But I'm also mindful of the fact that I'm doing them a disservice by not properly analysing the track. So code 64, I apologise for that. And what I'll do is, if you're emailing me other stuff, I'll make a point of prioritising your email. We won't skip past you, because obviously sometimes I say, oh, we've done so and so, we've played them before. But if I see code 64 again in the emails, I'll prioritise that, just because I feel like I've kind of been a little bit unfair. Does that sound all right, or does I sound like a dickhead? Anyway.
No, that's fine.
That's good. You know what?
Totally
I think
fine.
we should have like a category that's in the middle called a hiss.
A hiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
You're right.
Or a mitt.
Or a mitt.
Yeah. Or mitt.
Okay, so we've done 2, right? So we need to do. We usually do 4. So let's at least find at least another one, right? Let's get into the emails. My throat's starting to close up a little bit. I need to go back, and we have. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Mild Horses. That's familiar. Like I feel like we've played them before.
Yeah, I think we played them before. Yes.
Yeah. But all these other ones, this Hot Work PR, Round the Clock PR, Fat Drop, blah de blah, Shauna McLaren, like Stig, they're all the same, like PR companies sending me stuff. And at least Mild Horses sounds like it's them themselves. But hang on, let's just see what's on the next page. We've got Bloca-Cola again. Again, we've played him before.
Yep.
Shauna McLaren. These are all PR companies. Bloca-Cola again. Hang on. This is a forwarded D-Rock TV. Hang on a minute while I just mute my mic. Excuse me a second.
Yes.
I just didn't want to blow my snotty nose down the mic. Right. Yes. Okay, so this one here, D-Rock TV, that looks like... Oh, what's happened is they've sent it to the wrong thing, and then they've sent it to the right thing. Does it have a file attached to it or not? It has a WAV file attached. Awesome. So has that jumped over? Great. Let's give this a bash. Hi, Tina. And let me know if there's sound, okay?
Yes.
Take you down like you a felon. No brutality, no aggression. You feel like water when I'm there beside you. Have you open like 7-Eleven? Sweet thing, orange just like Fanta. Asian thing, she from Korea. Tastes like Fanta. I think Baby, what you think we could be? I know that you ask these questions, cause you got me asking questions. What if I could be your blessing? Dime, ¿dónde? You want me to meet you? Want me to meet you? Halfway, halfway. You said you want better. Dime, ¿dónde? You want me to meet you? Want me to meet you? Halfway, halfway. You said you want better. Your body is poetry, baby, just go with the vibe. No reason to rush, I know you prefer me to take my time. And I don't mind sliding ya. Tell me where you at, girl, I'll pull up right now. Said your man's around, don't give a fuck right now. I took way too many shots for you to turn me down. Let's make it count. Said she a demon by the nighttime. I'll be a victim for the right crime. Yeah, yeah. I could love you way better than your other guy. Come on, baby, you can see the sign. This love could really be divine. Dime, dime, ¿dónde? Dime, ¿dónde? You want me to meet you? Want me to meet you? Halfway, halfway. You said you want better. Dime, ¿dónde? You want me to meet you? Want me to meet you? Halfway, halfway. You said.
Yeah.
Of course, the track finished just as I'm blowing my nose. Obviously. You know? A time
Yeah.
incredible. All right. Who went first last time?
I did. So Stefano.
Okay, so Stefano, you go.
So this is like completely different kind of music than obviously I make. So I'm trying to like look at it from a different perspective than what I would do. But I really appreciate the sparseness of it, and this kind of music. This kind of music is like that. Like it embraces really, because when I think of the kind of music I make, it's so many layers. There's like one of our songs is at like 185, you know, stems basically. So it's like, so I overproduce, I overlayer. Jordan sings like 9-part harmonies. Like this is the complete opposite from that.
Complex.
Complex. This is completely the opposite, and I think that's part of its draw. I actually liked the production quality of it. I liked the beat. I liked the simplicity of the bass. I liked the vocal sounds like it was produced properly. It sounded like it was engineered properly. There's a really good quality to it. It's a nice wet vocal. So yeah, I can't really say too much about it. It's something that's really nice in the background, but also the beat has a good groove to it. And I'm a sucker for anything with a break beat or like any kind of a jungle kind of drum and bass kind of a thing, or even R&B. All those kind of like non 4/4 type of beats. I'm a sucker for those too. So I enjoyed it. Plain and simple. Yeah. Jubes?
Oh, okay. So as this is totally in my genre because I love this. This is the kind of music I listen to in the every daily kind of basis, besides rock and other things. So I totally love this. This is more of like soca slash like Afrobeat kind of thing, because you got that
Yeah.
offbeat kind of thing. So you get that off of that, like bands like I hear in his vocals, I hear a lot of Weeknd. He's trying to almost sound like Weeknd without a lot of autotune. There is autotune that you can totally tell. It's been tuned
Yeah.
for sure. But he was kind of going in that vibe of like Weeknd and other hip hop artists. And also, it had a little bit of vibe of like the Afro and dancehall / reggae a little bit. You can hear that.
Mhm.
But whoever did this mix, it's amazing. This will hit the club. 100% people will love it in the club. This will go straight out. I know this is not what Helen would play in her radio station or anything to do with her listening, because this is like, when I first heard it, I was like, oh my god, this is like 360 or away from what Helen's whole thing of her stuff. But I loved it. I was grooving to it, and the beat was good. The drop beat, the vocal was amazing. The whole mix, whoever did this or engineered it and stuff and sang, like, kept it really like almost natural with the vocals and stuff. It was really produced really good, because sometimes some of these guys will put over, like, auto tune it and try and just sing like whatever, right? So they try to keep the modern and like the 90s and like in between, uh, you know, to that, instead of not killing it, totally, because sometimes they'll do mumble rap that you call nowadays, the mumble rap and stuff, and then they add the auto tune to it and just auto tune the shit out of it. This was nice and clean, I thought, and everything was good. Don't agree with some of the vocal lyrics and stuff like that he did, but he's trying to please, that kind of genre of people and whatnot. So yeah, it will hit the club for sure. It'll get the girls and whatever you want. So that's basically what he's trying to go for. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but that's how it is in that kind of genre industry here. So yeah. So that's just
Is that
me.
you? Okay. Full disclosure, I actually remember this guy from TikTok and me telling him to send his track to me. But it's so long ago, like March. This is June. I'd completely forgotten. I'm like, yeah, send it over. Let me, we'll do it. Now, you're right. This is not something that I would play on Helen's mixtape. But this is exactly what JukeBox Jury is for. It's for the tracks that aren't necessarily going to get played on on Helen's mixtape, but need to be heard somewhere, right? And that's the whole point in this show. I liked it. Musically, it sounded a lot like other tracks of the same genre. Like, it wasn't particularly stand-outy in that way. It sounds like a lot of other stuff that, but his vocal's good. I liked his voice. I know what you're saying about The Weeknd, but you would hear this track and you would know it's that person. I've actually forgotten his name. I need to double check the whole thing with the Davis Nicola is his name. You would hear that vocal and you would know it's that person. Musically, not so much. Like I say, it sounds like a lot of other stuff that is that genre. And you're right, that's not really the kind of genre, that's not really the kind of music that I sit and listen to. But I can still appreciate good musicianship, and I can still appreciate a good tune, and I can still appreciate a good vocal. I enjoyed this. You're right, simplicity. Totally the opposite to the synth stuff that I listen to, which is very complicated. I know you make that music. That's the shit I listen to. Is very complicated. So you're right. It is at odds with what I would normally listen to, what I would normally play. But I enjoyed it. So I don't really have too much to say about it. Like I say, musically, I'm kind of shrugging my shoulders because it sounds like a lot of other stuff from that genre. And you're right. It that kind of Afro beats kind of vibe to it, but lyrically, vocally, he was quite distinctive. You would know it's him. So
Yeah.
I liked that. What do we think? Was it a hit or was it a miss?
I like Afrobeat, so I'm gonna say it's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit for me. It's a hit.
And it was a hit for me as well. And I could totally see you were vibing out to it, Jeeves. Like before you even opened your mouth, I knew it was going to be a hit for you because you were
At
giving
first, you know, the thing was, it shocked me because we don't play this kind of stuff in your. I don't think we have done hundreds of shows so far, and we have never had anything like this. And this is the kind of genre I do, and also I'm in the hip hop industry, so I do a lot of hip hop.
Well,
stuff,
the thing is, most people are sending me their tracks to be played on Helen's mixtape, so most people know what my content is and what the parameters are of that show.
Yeah.
But the whole point in doing Jukebox Jury is to catch the stuff that isn't going to get played on Helen's mixtape, but still needs to be heard. So you know, and we've all agreed that we enjoyed it. So for me, that's
I would play the track.
a bonus for Jukebox Jury because it's done its job this week, particularly you know with that track. But there's something you said there, Jeeves, I wanted to pick up on, and I've already forgotten what it was. You said something, and I wanted to address it, and it's gone.
It's a cool track. It's like the cool kids.
I would look up this guy for sure.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Davis Nicola. It was a hit all round. Yeah. Well done. Thank you for sending in your track. Awesome. Do we have time for one more, do we think?
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at them. Okay, let's do it. Hi, Vicky. Hi, MD.
Hi, Vicky.
Hello.
Over on
MD.
Facebook. We're not ignoring you. We're just a little bit slow with addressing the comments.
Oh, hi. Tina's here. Hi, Tina.
It's funny because people are saying hi, but not really commenting on the music. Like, I would have thought more people would have an opinion on what we're listening to. Like, you're allowed to chime in and give opinions as well, you know?
I don't know if these two know the rule of this or not.
You're supposed to be hardcore, like, judgmental.
Yeah, come on. Judge away, guys, for the next one.
I think the last episode I was too judgmental on bands, and now I'm trying to be a little kinder.
I think last time I was so busy ranting about, you know, make sure your social media is easy to find people and make sure I can pronounce your fucking track. Yeah. I was so wrapped up in that last time, you know?
Yep.
Okay, has that jumped over and we can read there we go. Okay. Shauna McLaren, Caroline Park, we've played them before. Brian Hazard, Colour Theory, we've played him before. India Electric Company. Ooh, now I've perked up and I'll tell you for why.
What's that?
I don't know if you guys know India Electric Company.
I've heard the name.
I know these boys personally and I photographed them. They are Midgear's band, essentially, when he's 22.
Oh, really?
They have their own more kind of folky stuff.
Yeah.
And then they tour with Midge as band Electronica. So when I've seen that, I'm like, I completely forgot they said they were going to send me again. The email was sent in. When did this get released? They sent it to me when it was getting released in April the 2nd. I'm sorry, boys.
Wow.
Joe, Cole, I'm sorry. I do get there eventually. All right. Hi, Helen. Thanks for the tweet. Lovely to hear from you. Thought I'd send you over a copy of the new album, which is finally here after 4 years in the making. Here's a Dropbox and SoundCloud link to the whole album with all relevant information. Okay, if it's the whole album, how are we going to pick which track to listen to?
Roll the dice. Anybody have a dice? I don't have a dice.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a video at the bottom. There's a video at the bottom, so we'll play that one. That's nice and easy. Okay. India Electric Co. album. Wishing you all the best from Rainy Devon. I think they were probably on tour at that point. Hope to see you on the road soon. Okay. So let's I don't know who Richard is. That must be somebody who's dealing with their social media because they tweeted me, which is really odd. Anyway, let's see if that jumps to, if I open the YouTube, does that jump over?
Yes, it did.
Excellent. Yep. Hang on a minute. We'll just check we've got audio.
There's more to this than meets the eye. Hard to say if something's missing. The seeds of doubt bedded in. No way to resist it. Long time coming, been a long time coming to you.
Always trying to open up all this spine and hoping that. But imagine coming back here. Mama can't live without it. You can cut right through. You can cut right through it. This is how we started. Pomegranate. Rush like it lasts forever, but it won't be long till we need another one. This is how we started. Pomegranate. Reaching out, leaning in, hungry now for more ambition. What matters here is what we got instead of what is missing. Long time coming, been a long time coming to you. Always trying to open up all this spine and hoping. But imagine coming back here. Mama can't live without it. You can cut right through. You can cut right through. This is how we started. Pomegranate. Rush like it lasts forever, but it won't be long till we need another one. This is how we started. Pomegranate. Breaking through from out of the light, bringing back the something to find. It's breaking through from under the skin. Bring it back. Mama can't live without it. You can cut right through. You can cut right through. This is how we started. Pomegranate. Rush like it lasts forever. Oh, it won't be long. It won't be long. This is how we started. Pomegranate. Won't be long now. Long now. Oh, it won't be long now.
All right. Oh, why am I echoing? Hang on, what's happening there?
I don't know.
Who's going first?
I'm going first because he went.
Go on.
I love this. This is amazing. Whoever did the video and did all the illustration drawings and stuff, amazing job. Loved it. Song is very cinematic. I love it. I like how he put the twist of the jazz. I'm a drummer myself. When I started playing drums, I played in jazz bands a lot, and drumming was superb played. It's incredible. Like the mix they did, I love the vocals. Vocals are amazing, on point, and then the upright bass that was up there. I heard the violin. Oh my god, that gave me like goosebumps. That violin that came in and stuff. This is so like it had different intricate. I can't say the overall song because it had different parts to it. So it kept me engaged for sure, and wanted to listen to certain parts and everything. The vocals just blew me out of the mind. I would listen to this again. I would check these guys for sure, 100%, because that's brilliant, 100% brilliant. I wrote down even the low vocals he had. He didn't do very much harmony on it, but the low harmony that he put in there was really cool. I like that. I wrote that down too. It was great. Like, it was natural. He didn't put too much reverb on it and everything. It was just like very, very good, very, very good. It was, yeah, I loved it. Kudos, guys. I would definitely listen to you guys again and check you guys for sure.
One moment, please.
No problem.
Apparently TikTok thinks I'm not doing anything because I've been sitting inactive, even though my face is like sitting here. So that was a little notification from TikToks. Sorry, go on. Are you done, Jeeves?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved the drumming. The drumming was superb, on point. Whoever played the drums, I love it. This is the style of music I kind of started when I first got into music and stuff, like bass nova, jazz, kind of things like that, you know. So it was great. I loved it. So yeah, that's just me.
Stefano?
Yeah, I could just like mirror exactly all that Jeeves said is exactly pretty much. How dare they send us real music? So funny. Not that the other music isn't real music. This was pretty outstanding, like in every way. And I'm actually not a jazz guy. You know how there's jazz and classical, the two sides. I'm on the classical side. I love direct melodies. I don't like amorphous, non-structured things. I don't find that to be creative. I find creativity in structure. But they took jazz and they structured it in a classical way. This is like that. This is outstanding. The vocal was ridiculous. It was so good. Everything about it, and to make somebody that doesn't even like jazz at all, it actually is the only music I can fall asleep to because it's that disengaging to me. I can't fall asleep to classical because it engages me, no matter how quiet it is. But jazz, I can. It's almost like an alien language to me. But there was jazz. You can hear it throughout, but they structured it in a classical way, and the vocal was great. The songwriting was great. Of course, the video was really nice too. Just the whole vibe of it is like it's like stupid good. So yeah, that's all I can say. Like it's just runaway great. Like they're all musicians and they're all the goosebumps and everything was there. It was what music should be. It was like magical. It was good. It's not even my kind of music, and I think it's overwhelmingly good. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the funny thing is, you're both mentioning drums. For a start, I don't know who did the drums on this. And obviously, you know, the boys know my penchant for not wanting too much information in the email. So I never got told that information in the email. But I suspect it may well have been Russell Field, who is also Midge's drummer. So tweeting the picture, India Electric Company are two people. It's two guys, Joseph O'Keefe and Cole. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Cole. I've forgotten your surname. Joe and Cole, basically. And they're both multi-instrumentalists. So Cole will have done the vocals. He plays bass. He plays mandolin. Joseph O'Keefe would have come in with the violin. They're both super talented multi-instrumentalists. So it sounds like a whole band. It sounds like almost an orchestra. It's two guys with possibly Russ Field on drums, who is an exceptional drummer and has been Midge's drummer since like the Breathe era, like early 2000s kind of thing, right? It's really hard for me to say anything because, like I say, I know these people, and I can't be critical because I know how super talented they are, and obviously there's a reason why they're Midge's touring band. It's not my genre of music. I will listen to folk. I have to be in the right mood for it. Jazz, I was sitting there smirking the whole way through. You're talking about jazz is again the only thing. I usually say I hate jazz. Hate's a strong word, but I cannot get along with jazz. It's the only thing I cannot get along with, and I've always been that way. And I have tried. I have tried and cannot. But you're right. It was jazz. The beat behind them was jazz. The drumming, but I would say it was kind of folky, more folky. Now, there's not a lot to say because there's nothing wrong with this. It is spot on, although it's not what I would play on mixtape. Again, this is what JukeBox Jury is for. It's for the stuff that needs to be heard that I wouldn't be playing on Helen's mixtape. If I had a different radio show that was playing all genres of music, absolutely, of course, this would be getting played on there. What?
Oh, I just wanted to ask, do they engineer their own stuff, or is there an engineer? Because that was
they'll have.
clean.
I think they'll have an engineer, Jeeves. I'm not sure. I haven't been involved in the process. I know them from the live side of things. Live performance.
Because whoever mixed this, it's super clean.
I haven't. Here's the thing. Normally, people put way too much information in the emails, and I complain about it. And they will know that about me. So they didn't tell me anything about who engineered what or who was involved in. I don't even know who the drummer was, but I'm presuming it was Russ Field because they worked together live. But I don't know that for certain. All I know is that India Electric Company are two guys and they're both multi-instrumentalists. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think either of them are drummers. So it's probably Russ that's done the drums. Boys, if you are watching this back, don't, because obviously I don't know. But it's funny that we want this information. And that's that because I'm always complaining about there being too much info on the emails. We haven't been given the information. We could look them up.
I love the engineering because it was very separated nicely. The mastering was good.
The thing is, if you were to look up India Electric Co, they've probably got a website and they've probably got all that information on there. But what I do know, listening to the track, is that I know who played which parts. I know who played which instruments. I know it because I know how they work, and I can hear it. I can hear they're both multi-instrumentalists, but I can hear their interplay between each other.
What are they called again? Yeah.
India Electric Co. India Electric Company.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, there's not a lot to say. Unfortunately, it wouldn't get played on mixtape because it would just be so out of sorts with anything else on there. But well done. I think, there's nothing negative to say about it at all. I mean, when you kind of joked when you said, how dare someone send us real music? It's true. They are so talented, as musicians. And this is their thing, the folky, acousticy, mandolin, violins, that's their thing. But they also are band electronica when Midge goes live. Like they play synths as well. Do you know what I mean? Like they're so talented. They do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't even pay me to say any of that. All right, so if you want to send me.
The music, I think the music has to speak for itself, and when it does,
absolutely.
you grave about it.
Absolutely. And you know what's funny is, sorry, go ahead.
No,
I was just thinking, I'm a huge Midge fan since I was a kid. Like, I remember when if I was, is that the song?
85, yeah.
That song, I remember my mom coming into my bedroom and doing this to the dresser and smelling it, and she said, "Your room smells like this song," because I played it so much. Like it was on repeat, and then and there was another song on there.
I can relate. I had the cassette album.
Yeah,
my dad had bought it. I was 4 in 1985, but I was already an Ultravox and Midge fan. I had hounded them to go see Ultravox live, and I had one of those flat cassette players, the flat cassette players. So I would have to get up halfway through and turn it over, get out of bed, play it, get out of bed, go turn it over and put it back on again. And I mean that album, the Gift album, I mean the big hit was If I Was. It's not even the best song on the album.
No. What's up with the wind? Is it When the Winds Blow? I liked a lot too.
Yeah, when the wind blows. I think Wastelands is a cracking track, but the When the Winds Blow, is that not She Cried? It's called She Cried, I think.
I don't remember.
But I remember ever since that age knowing that I want the song The Gift played at my funeral. Like a 4-year-old knowing that I want The Gift played at their funeral. Do you know what I mean? Like I've always been an odd person. But no, it is. I mean, you know, obviously Midge won't have been involved in this, but you know, it's that's the caliber of musicians that they are. They are so
Incredible.
talented, and they've been with him for a while now. Because I think I photographed them. When would that have been? Obviously, Midge switches. Obviously, some musicians end up doing other things and they can't tour with them, so he'll switch out. But they've been with him a good at least 10 years, I would say.
Wow.
You know, so. And that's with good reason. They are super talented guys.
Mhm.
So, what do we think?
Oh,
Was
you
it a
know
hit
it.
or was it a miss?
Come on. If I can go bang, 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 I'll bang, bang 3
Of
times.
course it was. Of course it was a hit.
Good
Congratulations, Joe and Cole of India Electric Co. It
That
was a
gave me
hit, all right.
goosebumps.
It's funny because I'll never listen to it again, but I think it's a huge hit. Like it's just not my style of music, but
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
so well done.
totally understand. I totally understand. But also, okay, so here's the thing: those same guys did the music for it. Mitch did a collaboration with Wolfgang Flür from Kraftwerk last year or the year before. Wolfgang Flür did an album, and he did lots of different collaborations. And there was a track on there called, I forget the name of the track. Isn't that's how you know I'm unwell, because it's a mid-year track and I can't remember it.
Mm.
But they did the music for that
Mhm.
as an electronic band Electronica. So you wouldn't listen to that and listen
No.
to this and think it's the same musicians, but it is. They're that talented.
Yeah.
They toured as band Electronica, and they recorded that track with Midge for that collaboration with Wolfgang Flür, and it'll come to me what the name of the track is probably after I've hit the end button.
Do you know if they have an electronic kind of project just as themselves without Midge? Like
Not as themselves, to my knowledge. I think they do that
the
for
vocals so nice
obviously
too.
because a lot of his music is so when Midge went out and toured the Vienna album and the first Visage album, the 1980, they did the tour just before COVID. They did the 1980 tour. They toured the Vienna album and the first Visage album because they were both from 1980. He did that tour with band Electronica, i.e. Joe and Cole and Russell Field and Rusty Egan as well. He
Oh,
went
wow.
out and you know DJ'd and then played like drums on Glorious or something, like, you know, kind of. But I mean, they didn't need to have Rusty Egan playing drums because Russell Field is an amazing drummer on his own. They didn't need two
Yeah,
drummers,
he
but they
is.
kind of brought him in, kind of like, because obviously he co-wrote the song or whatever. But like, because so much of Midge's music is electronic, obviously they've had to kind of, you know, pivot in that direction. But when they used to support Midge, because they were Midge's support act as India Electric Co. They were their own folky, their own stuff, you know, their own, you know, acoustic folky.
Music,
Don't
yeah.
forget, Midge did that whole Breathe album in 1996, which was very acousticy, you know. So that's the kind of, he needs to have multi instrumentalists when he's playing that stuff. So I think that's they kind of took over from the Breathe band when Troy Donaclay was doing other stuff, because Troy was with Midge for a long time. I'm rambling off names. People are like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?" I'm sorry. But you know, obviously, his music. It's the same as anybody. Musicians move on to do other things, and they can't do a tour, or they can't do. And then it turns out that obviously India Electric Company have been a good fit, and they've been around with him for a while now. But I don't think they do electronic music on their own. I think their heart lies in folky jazz.
Yeah.
I think that's where their heart is.
Well, they did a good job on it.
Fair enough.
They're classically trained musicians. I mean, Joe, who plays the violin that we heard, you know, Jeeves was making reference to his violin. He also plays the piano.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
I heard the
you know,
piano in that too. That was
they're-
really nice played.
They're
Superb.
they are talented guys. I don't think Joe sings. I think Cole does all the singing.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was clean vocals. Whoever
Great-
recorded that
great
was
voice.
amazing.
They are talented guys, and I feel like I've bigged them up enough. Right, that's us done our 4 tracks.
Yes.
And it's 3:00 in the morning. Just feel like we're kind of. I think we'll leave it there, shall we?
Yes.
What a note to end it on. You know, that was a good place to end it on. Shall we just go individually and just tell people where you can find each other? And Stefano, you go first because we'll just do it clockwork.
Sure.
Hang on a wee minute while I make you bigger. There we go.
Ah! Yeah, hi, I'm Stefano Barberis, and I'm in a duo called Breathe in My Leaves, and I make all the electronic music, and Jordan is my vocalist, my incredible singer, and I'm also, my real job is I'm a director, so I direct music videos for major labels and indie labels all over the world, and you can find me everywhere online. I'm on Facebook. I have like personal accounts and director's accounts. You can see Breathe My Leaves on Facebook and Twitter, or sorry, X, and Instagram. You'll find me and Breathe My Leaves everywhere you look. We're on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon and Bandcamp and whatever you want. YouTube. So, yeah. And we're working on a new album. Kind of 2 new albums. Actually 3. But that's it. Please take me off the screen. Thank you. Hard to look at myself.
I muted my mic and then didn't realize I'd muted my mic. I'm sorry.
I was wondering why I was so silent.
On you go. Go to you. Sorry.
Hello. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I'm Jeeves, aka Mr. Twix. I'm an engineer, musician, drummer, you name it. I'm a videographer, photographer, everything I do, and I also engineer. Yeah, you can find me on Twitch. I stream 3 times a week on Twitch, and you can find me, Mr_Twix. My Instagram is the same too, Mr. I think _Twix. Yep. So that's me.
God, you're all very what's the word I'm looking for? Like not shy this week, but kind of like, you know,
Tired.
yeah. That's which is fair.
Yeah.
I'm desperate for the loo. Actually, I'm kind of like sitting
Oh,
in the
no.
bed and ready to run. I'm Helen. I am the host of Helen's Mixtape. Before I do my ramble and my rant, I would like to just say hi to Craig over in Australia. I saw you in there. I didn't acknowledge you, but we see your comment. Hi. So I am the host of Helen's Mixtape on 365 Radio on a Thursday evening, and obviously we do JukeBox Jury once a month. We have one more show to go before JukeBox Jury live at the Edinburgh Fringe, which we're gearing up for, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that because I'm going to shamelessly plug my wares. But if you are a musician and you have music that you would like us to review, you can send it to me at radio@helenwallace.co.uk. Send me a 320k MP3. Don't bother sending me 20 pages of bio. I'll probably skim over it and take the piss on the show. So just send me the music. We will give it a listen and let you know what we think and decide whether it's a hit or a miss. Edinburgh Fringe starts the 2nd of August. There is merch, and I should have little buttons here somewhere with the merch details, but I haven't. Can't find it because I'm not organized enough. There's hoodies and mugs and things like that, which are print on demand, ranging from £12 to £55, and we have merch that I've actually got access to myself, that I have physically have it here. We've got, my favorite thing is this framed 12-inch with the JukeBox Jury. You can't see it because there's too many things to reflect. JukeboxJury.info. These are all on the. Hang on. Do you know what? Because I'm in such a hurry, because I'm desperate for the loo, I realise that I'm rambling. People are going to have to go back and listen. See, here's here. Yeah, £18 for that, and there are other things. Hit the QR code. Prices for the merch start from 50p. We've got some stickers for 50p, right, ranging up to your £18 framed vinyl. I know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm sorry. Thank you all for tuning in. Your company is greatly appreciated. We will be back probably either the 12th or the 19th of next month. We need to figure that out amongst ourselves, but we are hoping to squeeze in another show before the Fringe starts. Edinburgh Fringe is a free show if you happen to be in Edinburgh in August. It is at East Side The Den on George Street at 8:20 in the evening. It's a donation bucket at the end of the show if you want to contribute, if you enjoy yourself, but it's free to attend, and it will be live streamed also on Twitch here. I don't know if it'll be multicast, but it'll definitely be on twitch.tv/LeggyLady01. Right, I think, have I missed anything? I don't think so. I said that really fast. You might have to, anybody watching the replay may have to play this back at half speed to understand all the things I said, because I want to run to the loo. But thank you all for tuning in and keeping us company, and we will be back next month. We'll see you then.
Craig says the vinyl. The only thing I have with a needle is a sewing kit.
So was that.
Yeah, but it's not playable. It's not playable. It's just a framed. It's just a framed vinyl.
Yeah, there's nothing pressed.
It's you can't. You're not going to play it. It's no. It is a real vinyl, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's framed. It's commemorative for the Fringe show. So it says on it, Edinburgh Festival Fringe 2024 and JukeBoxJury.info. Like it's just merch for the Fringe show. Hi Jeff over on TikTok. Thank you for popping in. We are just about to wrap up because I don't want to wee myself. That's the truth. We tell it like it is here.
Yep, we're blunt.
Have we missed anything? I don't think we've missed anything.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't think so. If I've missed anybody in the comments, I'm sorry. I apologize. I know what happened. The overlay disappeared. What happened to the chat?
Oh, it says Helen. I
Lost
don't
the
know.
overlay.
It was you or first. Good to see you. Okay. Yeah, there's some comments. That's all.
Oh, it was Tina. Okay, Tina, thank you for coming in and keeping us company. Like I say, I realised that last ramble was incredibly fast. I know that I need to slow down when I'm talking. Play it back at half speed, and we'll see you next month. Thank you all for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye. Hang on, before we go, I've got a little video that I want to play us out on.
Okay.
Let's try it again. We'll take us off the screen, and then I'll play the video because that didn't work very well. Hang on. Cheer, bye, ta-ta.
Bye.